How everybody doing? What's going on? What's happening, y'all? What's good? Real man still exists. What's happening, family? What's up? What's up with it? What's going on, man? We finna be in the building today. What smoke we, man? Hey, now I say today they better get their pen and paper out. Today I'm gonna go on and I ain't taught in a long time on the night crew. I usually come on night crew and just kind of freestyle. Tonight I'm gonna go on and teach. Tonight I'm gonna go on and teach. Have you thought about moving to YouTube? I have. I thought about moving to YouTube. I also, and like, I don't know, my little girl, my daughter, my youngest, she just finished my YouTube page, my introduction and everything. So I need to start, I need to start doing videos and actually start posting on YouTube and start gradually moving some of my lives over there. So yeah, I have thought about it. I'm in the process of trying to switch over. I've been thinking long and hard about the podcast. A lot of people been telling me about podcasting. So those are things that I may get into just to try to see if I can work, work with it, what it'll offer, just to see. I'll check it out. Man, how everybody doing? Thank y'all for coming in. Today live gonna be about me proving everything that I teach you. You can see that it's legal, it's the law. It's not as complicated as people try to make it seem. Podcast will work with my delivery. I am going to look into it. Real Men Exist. I don't know too much about it, how it actually works as far as putting, the podcast. Crazy thing is I got all the equipment. I bought podcast equipment like a year ago. It's still up under the bed. Never used it. I used it a couple of times. Me and my wife was playing with it, on the mic and stuff and doing our own little thing, but never took it serious to try to actually get into it. So something that I may look into. For those that's coming in today though, we are about to talk about financial literacy, EIN, structure, funding. All of it goes hand in hand. But today, like I said, I am going to teach you because I'm going to be actually showing people where I get my knowledge from, how I'm able to put the pieces together to show people how we're actually able to make these entities do what you want them to do. They going to do whatever you want them to do. Ain't no ifs, ands, buts about it. And I'm going to show you how to make them do what you want them to do. Simply, I don't overcomplicate things over here. The reason I don't overcomplicate things is because it's like, why? I don't want you doing business with me because it's complicated. I want you doing business with me because simply you just want it done right and you like, man, here, go on, I'll pay you to do it. First thing we're going to talk about today, though, is this. Financial, best choice in the building. What's up? Well, my light went out. I'm about to buy a new light. It ain't the light, it's the cord. Oh, man, I see what happened. Oh, I see why it ain't working no more. So, first thing first is financial literacy. All right? Financial literacy. What is financial literacy? What is financial literacy? Leverage, I'm sorry, leverage. I don't know why I said literacy. It could be that too. Financial leverage is the strategy of using borrowed money. Ain't that something? Everybody want to start a business and they want to use their money. That's the first mistake we doing wrong when it come to business. Everybody want to use their money. I guess you just like showing people you got money. We got to get out that mindset, family. We got to stop doing that. We got to stop doing that. We know you got money. You ain't got to tell us, okay? Financial leverage is the strategy of using borrowed money, which is debt. Which is debt, y'all, to increase the potential return on an investment or to fund business growth. By using debt alongside equity, individuals and companies aim to generate higher profits than the cost of interest on the borrowed funds, though this magnifies both gains and losses. Key aspects of financial leverage. Purpose. Businesses use it for expansion or acquisition, while investors use it to manage larger positions, such as buying a home with a mortgage or using margin in a brokerage account. Mechanism. It amplifies returns when an investment succeeds, but increases the risk of significant loss if the investment fails, because the debt must be repaid regardless. Risk. High leverage makes companies or individuals vulnerable to financial distress if earnings do not cover interest payments. When it comes to real estate, a lot of people don't know this. When it comes to real estate, when you about to go into real estate, saved are you? What's going on? A lot of people don't know this about real estate. Just because you see a $3 million property don't mean you got to have $3 million to get the property. Generally, they only want you to have 10 to 20% down to get that property, which is what, $200,000 to $300,000 to get a $3 million per piece of property to do what you want to do on that property to make money. Real estate, a 20% down payment equity allows you to control 100% of the property. A 20% down payment allows you to control 100% of the property, allowing you to profit from the appreciation of the full value. Businesses. A company borrows $900,000 to add to its own $100,000 to buy $1 million factory. If the factory generates high profit, the return on the company's actual $100,000 cash investment is significantly multiplied. So the reason I talk about financial leverage is because of this. We start these businesses to get financial leverage, to put us in a financial position to leverage the money in which we're trying to get, to build, to triple our investment. That's the basics of why we should be going into business. I say that because when you think about it from that aspect, you going into business with the intentions, I'm going to use other people's money. Those definitions make a big difference when it comes to understanding. I totally agree for you, saved are you. Watch, because when you think about financial leverage, When you think about financial leverage, most of us don't even look up the definition of financial leverage. And this is what we're trying to actually get to. And we don't even take it serious to go to find out, well, what is financial leverage? And you will literally have people on here saying, I'm going to spend my money. That's not smart. That's not smart business. Spending your money is never smart business. Why? One thing about our money, when we spend our money, it generally will run out. You keep spending it, it's going to run out. So why not use other people's money? You can play games with other people's money, and the loss that you take won't affect you that much. But when you using your money, the loss you take is gonna be, hey man, you gonna feel it, because it's your money. So the purpose is to build financial leverage in order to use other people's money to expand your business. That's what it boils down to. That's it. That's all it's gonna ever boil down to. A lot of people, they skip this step. They skip everything that I teach. A lot of people like to be, I think they like that carrot to be dangled in their face. They want to listen to all these so-called wealthy gurus and listen to them and can't afford nothing that they selling. Can't afford nothing that they selling. So you listening for what purpose? Because if they not helping you, and if they prices are so far out of reach, you wasting your time. Because if you did have the money, do you understand what they actually teaching? Do you understand what they actually teaching? If you don't understand what a person's actually teaching, you probably hurting yourself. So that's something that we have to look into. So when we talk about financial literacy, when we talk about financial leverage, remember, it's a strategy using borrowed money. If I showed you this definition and they say it's a strategy of using borrowed money, which is debt, wouldn't you think other people using this strategy and this method to build? Natalie Boss in the building, what's going on? If people using financial leverage and it's a strategy for using borrowed money, which is debt, they gotta mean that people are actually doing this, y'all. They leveraging these companies and they building off of it. So now we're gonna talk about how we gonna do it. We're gonna talk about how we gonna do it. So that means if you ain't never heard me, if you ain't never seen me break it down, you might want to get your pen and paper out, because I'm gonna break it down to you and I'm gonna show you the law behind how we gonna get these strategies straight. First, I'm gonna talk to you about business 101. If you don't understand the business from the beginning, you're gonna get lost in the sauce. So I'm gonna help you understand it starting out. I'm gonna help you understand how your business is gonna help you starting out, and what to look out for, and what you should be seeing and recognizing when you're starting your business, and the information that you should know. And we're gonna put all the pieces together. Everything I teach you gonna coincide with anything that you're trying to do when it comes to your business. We're gonna first start with the EIN number, because that's what any business has to start with. Then we're gonna go to the structure. Then we're gonna go to the funding. And of course, in between that, we're gonna talk about some other stuff. It just all depends on where the information takes me or my mind goes when we start talking about it. First thing first, EIN number. Can anybody tell me what is a EIN number? Can anybody tell me what's the EIN number and what's it used for? What is it used for? What's the EIN number and what is it used for? Can anybody tell me that? I only need one person to respond. Y'all ain't everybody got to say it at one time. Employee ID number. Okay, that's what's up. Do you know what it's for? Do anybody know what the employee ID number is for? Okay, it's an employee identification number. Correct. Tax ID. Employee identification. So can anybody tell me what is it for? What is it used for? What is it used for? Separate you from the business. I like that, Natalie Boss. That's nice. That's actually a good question, a good answer. I like that. Natalie Boss says to separate you from the business. I actually like that. Building credit. Business purposes. Okay. Well, y'all got some good answers in here. Good answers. I like those. Those are some good answers. Those are some good answers. Let's see what the IRS got to say about it. The IRS says that an employer identification number, an EIN, is a federal tax ID number for businesses. That's it. If you looking for anything else, you ain't gonna get it. It's telling you what it is. An employer identification number is a federal tax ID number for businesses, tax exempt organizations, and other entities. Who needs an EIN number? Who needs an EIN number? The IRS tell you that too. Businesses who hire. Okay. I like that answer. I like that answer. I like that answer. So my next question is this. Who can have an EIN number? Who can have an EIN number? Or let me ask it this way. Can anybody have an EIN number? Yes or no? Now that's a good question. Can anybody have an EIN number? Yes or no? I do not think so. Okay. Business owners. Okay. Yes, not sure. Yes, yes, yeah. Okay, okay, okay. Okay, well, let's see. Let's see what the IRS say then. And the only reason I'm asking these questions, y'all, is because we gonna find the answer. We gonna see the answer to the questions that I asked. Who needs an EIN number? You need an EIN number if you have employees, will need to pay employment, excise, or alcohol, tobacco, and firearm taxes, withhold taxes on income other than wages paid to a non-resident alien. If you don't need an EIN for federal tax purposes, you can still request one for banking or state tax purposes. EINs are not intended for other activities such as state tax lien auctions, sales, or lotteries. You also need an EIN to operate any of these entities. Pay attention to this one, y'all. You also need an EIN to operate any of these entities. So I got a question for y'all. Got a question. Do you need an EIN number if you want to open up a single member LLC? Because some states don't require you to have it, Miss Natalie. Some states don't require you to have it. So my question is, do you need an EIN number if you opening up a single member LLC? It really ain't a trick question, but it can be tricky. So let's see what the IRS say about it, okay? Let's see what the IRS say about it. What is an EIN for? Y'all, don't let people see. That's why I love, boy, when y'all come in and y'all she said it seemed loaded. That's why I love learning, though. Watch this. Watch what we finna learn, though. EIN is a federal tax ID number for businesses. The question you should have asked yourself is, what is a single member LLC? What is a single member LLC? Watch this. Watch. Oh, we finna get to it. We get to it. We gonna get to it. It's an individual LLC, formerly known as a single member LLC, is a limited liability company with only one owner. Let's go back to the IRS website. Watch this. See, when you do this, people can't manipulate you with word games. They play word games on this app that y'all gotta watch out for. Cause you'll think they smart as hell and they dumb as a box of goddamn rocks on here. Because they only tell you what they learn and what they know so they can sell their product. But watch what the government say. You also need a EIN to operate any of these entities. Partnership, limited liability company. Just because it's a single member doesn't take away from it being a limited liability company. You also need an EIN to operate any of these entities. Just because you're a single member don't make you exempt or less than. You still operating a limited liability company. You see? So for a single member LLC, you need a EIN. What's good, Rod? What's going on, family? You need an EIN. Okay? Now watch this. Watch this. We gonna stick with the EIN because we gotta know what the EIN is. Okay? We gotta know what the EIN is. I got a question. This is yes or no. By your name being on the EIN document, does it make you personally liable for a business debt? Yes or no? By your name being on the EIN document, does it make you personally liable for a business debt? We got a bunch of no's. We got a lot of no's, no. Okay, look at all these no's. Do we got any yeses? Ain't no yeses. Press play on my product so you came up with because I need to hear this. Okay. Now if it's a C Corp, we talking about a LLC. We talking about a LLC. So I'm gonna ask for you then, good girl, because you brought up C Corp. So we gonna talk about the LLC. By your name being on the EIN for a limited liability company, does that make you a liable, responsible party for the business debt? Yes or no? So she said, well then yes. Oh, now y'all saying yes is. Oh, LLC is limited liability and you are liable for the debt. Oh, here they come. Now they done came. Okay. Just on the EIN. Okay. So good girl XB. Good girl XB. Let's learn. Watch this. Watch this, okay? If you are on the LLC, then for sure. Watch this. If your name is on the EIN, does that make you liable for the business debt. Let me bring it a little closer. Being the responsible party listed on an EIN application does not automatically make you personally liable for general business debts, but it indicates you control the entity. Liability depends on your business structure and actions. You are liable if you operate a sole proprietorship, sign a personal guarantee, or fail to keep business and personal assets separate. Just because your name is attached to the EIN document, that does not make you liable for a business debt. Furthermore, your name ain't even on the business. I know that's gonna seem funny. But watch this. I'm gonna show you how it's not funny though. When you open up a business, what is the business name? When you open up a business, what is the business name? If I open up R Money LLC, that's my business name, R Money LLC, right? She says whatever you name, exactly, whatever you name it. So, who put your name on the business? Who put your name on the business? Your name ain't the business. When you got the EIN number, what name did you put on the EIN document for the business name to be? Because when you fill out the EIN number, what do they ask you? What is your what? Business name. What is the EIN? Hold on, watch this. Don't get lost. When you fill out the EIN application, it asks you, what is your business name? What's up, All Things Kermers? Okay? If it asks you what is your business name, and you tell them it's R Money LLC, then what name is attached to the EIN? EIN is a federal tax ID number for the business. So whatever name you pick for the business, that's what the EIN number is attached to. What's up, good chick? Oh, it's finna get good. It's finna get better. We gonna keep going. Where did you see you gotta put your name on the business with the business name? You don't see that nowhere. It didn't ask you that. You only can get an EIN because we just seen who needs an EIN and why you getting one. For business. You ain't going into business. See, that's where we make our mistake at. We still thinking like an employee and we think we going to work. The business is finna do what it's supposed to do, which is what? Business. Don't get lost. The business is finna do business. So when you form the LLC, watch this. Business structures. Limited liability company. What is a limited liability company? A limited liability company is a business structure allowed by state statute. The IRS didn't ask you for your name. They didn't say your name is the business. They told you what an LLC is. It's a business structure. So you got an EIN that's for businesses. You got an LLC that's a business structure. Where did your name come from? Who put you in the business? Nobody. You didn't listen to some guru, somebody then told you that because my name, do I need a good faith to go with my LLC? No. What you need a good faith for? Look what you mean. As far as what? As far as what, Mark Buns? I got to know what you're talking about. Good faith for what? So somebody then told y'all that, oh, your name is attached to that LLC. No, it ain't. No, it ain't. You are a responsible party that has to speak on the business behalf because the business can't speak for itself. That's all you are. Watch this. Now, this is where the misconception comes in at. This is where the misconception comes in at. People will tell you, watch this, when you file your taxes as an LLC, I just got my LLC and they said I have to pay $87 for good faith with it. What state and what's the good faith for? I don't know. Correct. You the captain of the entity. Now watch this. This is where y'all make the mistake at. I'm finna give it to y'all. I'm finna give it to you. So you say, so good girl, what you mean? Talk to me, good girl. I don't want you to get lost. Talk to me, good girl. This is a platform to where I appreciate all questions. I am not going to let the questions go by. If I can answer it, I'm definitely going to acknowledge it and I'm going to answer it. Oh, that was for Mark? Okay, yeah. Because I didn't. Now, I'm glad you said it because I didn't understand that either. I don't understand nothing about a good faith after that. I don't know why they asking you. I've never been asked for an extra amount of money for good faith. Good evening, the Holy One Christ. I'm from Philadelphia. I never hear that. I ain't never heard of that, bro. So that's why I was like, where you from? Like, I ain't never heard of no $87 for good faith. I don't even know what it's about. Only way you put your name in the business if you mix financials, i.e. no business account. Correct, DJ Vibes. You are absolutely correct. But watch this. This where the misconception comes in at though. And I'm finna break it down for y'all happily. Okay? Schedule C. Schedule C tax form. Schedule C tax form. Here we go. Schedule C tax form, but good standing. Okay, yeah. So whatever happened is, for a good standing, what happened is if it went out of good standing, so that's your annual. That's an annual fee. And so what they saying is if you didn't pay your annual fee, they're sending you your bill to keep your company in good standing. That sounds more like it. Yes. They're letting you know that right now it's not in good standing because you didn't pay the whatever fee that was associated with it on the state level. So now they're sending you a receipt saying, hey, pay this good standing letter so we can continue to have your business in good standing. Because right now, if it's not in good standing, it's not recognizable by nobody. So technically, you be operating illegally. That's what they mean. So when you pull up the profit and loss bill form for your business, up under it, you see sole proprietorship. You see sole proprietorship. Now watch this. I'm finna ask a question. As a LLC, filing 1099 or as a disregarded entity, you file on a Schedule C 1040. This is the form. And it says sole proprietorship. Okay? If you say that, okay, so I'm going to repeat it again so we don't get lost. As an LLC, single member, when you file your taxes, you get to elect how you want to file them. Most people don't even understand how to elect to file, so they just file as a 1099, which means you were a contractor for the year. That's how you paid yourself for the year, as a contractor, which means that throughout the year when you got paid, when you file your taxes as a disregarded entity, you have to account for all the money that you and the business made, because that's how you're going to file your taxes. You use the profit and loss form on the Schedule C to file your taxes, which states sole proprietorship. Since you is accepting all the income on your taxes, if you were to be sued, not you, but if the business was to be sued and you just accepted and filed your taxes and said the business money was my money, in the lawsuit, when they sued the business, can they take your money? Yes or no? Dude dropping elect to file 1099. That means you're not paying attention, because I didn't say what nobody electing to file. But thank you. If you don't think I know what I'm talking about, I didn't ask your ass to stay here. So guess what you can do? Leave. Since that's all you need to know. That's what lets me know you not listening. You already listening to go against what I'm saying. I'm giving a scenario, and yet somehow somebody told you I really give a damn what you think about my teaching when you don't even have to be here. Hello. The IRS recognized the owner's social security number and the business tax identifier as sole proprietorship. Correct. Good girl. That is absolutely correct, good girl. Now, a lot of people put yes in the chat. And I'm finna tell you right now, that is false. That is false. Just because you filed your taxes, thank you, Real Pete. Just because you filed your taxes and you said the business made that money, that has nothing to do with a lawsuit. That ain't got nothing to do with somebody file a lawsuit on you. I'm doing good. Diane, how you doing? How you doing? Now watch, this is how we get manipulated. Not manipulated, but misled. I'm going to say misled. People will tell you, well, since you saying it's your money and they sue the business and you filed it, can't they take your money? No, they can't. Ask them to show you where it says that at. Ask them to show you any law. I don't care where they get it from. Just ask them to show it to you. If anybody say that they can use this document and take your money, ask them to show you where they said it. Ask them to show you. They will not be able to show you not one piece of documentation to back that statement up. Not one, y'all. I promise they can't. I promise they can't, because now I'm finna show you how it's false. First of all, you being a disregarded entity, I know, that's what, hey, saved are you. I'm glad you brought that up. She said a sole proprietorship is the part that threw her off. This is what they use to mislead the conversation though. Remember this, y'all. Just because you filed your taxes this way doesn't mean your business is a sole proprietorship now. Remember when we first started talking, what did you get the EIN number for? For your business. When you opened up your business, what did you get through the Secretary of State? LLC. When you file taxes, just because you elect a disregarded entity and file taxes on this form as a sole proprietor, that doesn't make the business a sole proprietorship. That don't make the business a sole proprietorship. That's simply how you about to file your taxes. That's it. It's only a tax election that you choosing to file that way. It ain't got nothing to do with no damn lawsuit. It ain't got nothing to do with the lawsuit. This is a tax election. Yeah, exactly. You can change your election damn near every year. This is only a tax election, y'all, that has nothing to do with the business and a lawsuit. Watch this. I'm going to show you how. Watch this. For those that said yes from the way that they filed, watch this. I'm going to show you how they can't prove to you that this is true. You can file any way you want to. You can file as a partnership from that LLC. You can file as an S Corp from that LLC. You can even file as a C corporation from this LLC. So watch this. Are you telling me if I file my taxes as a C Corp, but I'm a disregarded entity, they can't sue me then? Make it make sense. So basically what you're saying is if I change how I file, they can't touch my personal assets? How, Sway? I'm putting it together for y'all so people will stop steering you the wrong way. You feel what I'm saying? People will steer you the wrong way because just like the young lady said, sole proprietorship threw me off. People on TikTok is hoping that they throw you off. Yes, they hoping they throw you off. Now watch this. Let me show you why this is not the same. Because this is the tax election. I got a question for you. Is the LLC or the C corporation or any one of these entities built on a federal level? Yes or no? Is any entity like the LLC or the C corporation built on a federal level? Yes or no? Paper Chaser said yes. Paper Chaser said yes. It depends. Any structure can be pierced, even a trust, whether it's revocable or irrevocable. We're not talking about trust, and everything can be pierced. Yes. C Corp is. A C Corp is, and an LLC is state. Okay, I like that. Okay. So people said yes. They're state level for me. So let's get the real answer so everybody can know the real answer. Okay? Is the C Corp built on a federal level? A C corporation is created at the state level, not the federal level. Prayer kid, no it ain't. Stop. We looking at the definition. Just read, okay? Just read. A C corporation is created at the state level. It ain't even a federal entity. Oh man, that hurts some of y'all feelings, huh? Cause some of y'all thought that the C Corp is a federal corporation and that's why it's protected and it do all that. No. It's a state level entity, not the federal level, by filing articles of incorporation with a Secretary of State. However, it is taxed at the federal level. You mean to tell me it's a difference? You mean to tell me it's a difference? There's a difference. However, it is taxed at the federal level. Under subchapter C of the Internal Revenue Code, making it a separate legal and tax entity that faces double taxation on corporate profits and shareholder dividends. It's not even formed on a federal level. We ain't talking about taxes. Now I'm gonna tell you why we wasn't talking about taxes. That's how you mix information. You see, y'all gotta watch these gurus on TikTok when they trying to sell y'all something. They'll sit there and talk about taxes, which is on the federal level, but if your company gets sued, what that company getting sued at? The state level. Uh-oh. The only way the federal government gets involved in any business entity is on the tax level. Outside of that, they respect the state laws for these entities. Pay your taxes, the federal government ain't worried about your business. Everything else is on a state level. You looking at it for yourself. Why are you attaching the federal government to a state entity? I'll wait. Because somebody on TikTok then showed you a whole lot of loans and money in Cadillac Escalades, and you think they know what they talking about. They mixing and matching information. That's not how it works, y'all, when it comes to these businesses. On the federal level, the IRS only cares about the taxes that you filing for the business. If I slip and fall in your business establishment, the government don't give a damn about that lawsuit. You about to be sued on a civil state level. So now, we talking about being taxed twice. We talking about being taxed twice. How do you get taxed twice? You get taxed twice with a C corporation when you pay yourself as a shareholder and the corporation has to pay its tax. That's how people get taxed twice. Okay? When we talking about double taxation though, you can lessen the tax blow. That's nothing new about the C Corp, but for all that's new, please listen up. Thank you for that. I appreciate it. I don't know the purpose of that comment, but thank you. Thank you. So when it's talking about double taxation, a lot of people are under the impression, I don't want the C Corp because I don't want to get taxed twice. On a corporate level, the reason people go the corporate way, corporations have actual corporate tax benefits. Okay? Corporate tax benefits. When you're thinking about a corporation and the money that you have to pay yourself, there is no law against you saying you didn't make an income or a profit off your business. The business could have took a loss for that year. You also could have got what's called tax deductions based off the business. When you think about double taxation on a corporate level, it will scare people because they don't understand double taxation. Let me share something with you though. No matter how you file, you gonna get double taxed. Watch what I'm gonna tell you. No matter how you file, I don't care if you file LLC, sole proprietor, I don't care how you file, you gonna get double taxed. I'm gonna tell you why you gonna get double taxed. You gotta pay the business and you gotta pay yourself. Either way it go. Most people just don't understand how to take advantage of the tax benefits, so they ain't giving Uncle Sam all their money. No, you're gonna be double taxed regardless. The whole play is understanding how to use the tax benefits to where when you actually file taxes, who says the company actually made a profit? You see what I mean? Some people, you're gonna get taxed. Good evening, Tweeler. Now watch this. I'm gonna show you something though. Watch this though. Some people worried about being double taxed. Watch this. What if I told you, as a LLC holder, you just made $100,000 and you finna be taxed once on all that money that you made? And the IRS is gonna take 41% of that $101,000 that you made. Do you think that's a good deal? The IRS just said, I'm finna take 41% of that $100,000 you made, but you only filed taxes one time. But here you are, worried about the C corporation being double taxed, and you took that same $100,000 that you made, and you only gave Uncle Sam $7,500 for the year. You see the difference? We worried about the word double taxation, but you don't realize by filing once, you losing more money. It's all about understanding the strategy behind how you filing your taxes. Prime example, watch this. How much money can a C corporation hold back on taxes? How much money can a C corporation hold back on taxes? Watch this. C corporations can generally retain earnings for reasonable business needs. C corporations can generally retain earnings for reasonable business needs. You mean to tell me my corporation only need to have a reasonable business need for me to keep some money? Explain to me why anybody in here got a corporation and they don't have a reasonable need to keep some of their money. Explain to me, I'm finna get to it to show you how to do it. Explain to me why anybody in here got a C corporation and they don't have a reasonable business need to keep some of that money. Such as expansion or debt reduction. I can think of several ways that I need to expand my business. This ain't nothing but a 65-inch TV. I come on TikTok every day and use this TV for my business. I be damn. I need an 85-inch. That is a reasonable business need. That is a reasonable business need. Who says I can't furnish my whole house with TVs and do TikTok in each one of my rooms. You know what? I need an 85-inch in every room. Because I need to expand my business. They giving you, y'all, I swear I'll take you to everything and show y'all how they doing this. They giving you the recipe. You just gotta know how to use it to your advantage. So when people ask you a question, you can answer it without acting like you don't know what you're talking about. She says, they say, I'm an ex-federal employee of the IRS and credentialed IEA. So you know, as long as, watch this, y'all, as long as it's reasonable. Reasonable meaning that they can understand the reason why you kept the funds. If they can understand the reason, they not gonna even bother you. Whatever you doing, you use the funds to expand the business. Now I'm finna drop something else on y'all. Use the business funds to go get a loan. Why you want to do that? As long as it's loaned money, you ain't got to pay taxes on it. It's loaned money. As long as it's loaned money, you don't have to pay taxes on it. So if a financial institution or the bank gives you $100,000 loan, you don't pay taxes on that $100,000. Now watch this. This the kicker. With that same $100,000, you go purchase an asset that's gonna make you more than the $100,000, and you still ain't gotta give Uncle Sam a dime yet. Well, why not? Cause you ain't done paying the loan off. You ain't done paying the loan off. Also, let me help you again with the corporation. The corporation has to pay its bills first. The IRS will take a backseat and allow the corporation to pay its bills first. That means that if your business made $100,000, who said that you gotta tell Uncle Sam the business made $100,000? Who said that? Now some of y'all wanna say, well, how do I get this money? You better write this down. You better write this down. You better write this down. Well, how do I spend my money? I'm gonna tell you how you spend your money that's in the business. You have a board meeting. You have a board meeting. It's a private owned entity. You are the board. Your business is going to give you a loan. Uh-oh. And it's going to make you pay interest on the loan that you got from the business. You can take that loan money from the business, go on vacation, come back and pay the loan that you owe to the business, and it was tax-free. It was tax-free because it was loaned money. The business already had it. Y'all better start playing the game how they playing the game. Y'all better start playing this game how they playing the game. Right. Now I will say that AGSO, he said the truth though, y'all. Don't abuse it. These are actual tips that you can use, but he right, don't abuse it. But this is how they getting away with it. This is how they keeping their money, using other people's money. Watch, we talked about this earlier before y'all all got here. Watch this. Watch this, watch this, watch this. Financial, what is it? What is it? Financial what? Money? I forgot. Damn it. Financial, leverage. That's it. Financial leverage. Watch this. A lot of people won't follow the rules and end up worse off in my professional. I agree with that, Tweeter. I totally agree with that. When I'm on here teaching, it's very beneficial. A lot of people, though, they in a rush. They want money so fast and they want to do what they want to do that they miss the steps, and that's how they get themselves in trouble. Then they ready to rush back on TikTok and say, I didn't know what the hell I was talking about. No, you just did it wrong. You just started doing your own thing because you seen it was so simple to do it. And now you got caught up in embezzlement, tax fraud. You see what I'm saying? All that started happening because you wasn't doing it the right way. Call me AG, and thanks for lacing us, because I swear to see one of us have this much knowledge is fine. That's what's up, man. Appreciate you. Thank you. Now watch this. Watch this. Financial leverage. This is a real thing, y'all. Financial leverage. This is a real thing. Financial leverage is the use of borrowed capital, which is debt, to increase potential investment returns, essentially magnifying both gains and losses. It allows companies and investors to control larger assets with a smaller amount of equity. Commonly used in corporate finance, real estate, and margin trading. While it amplifies profit, it increases risk. There, Professor Raymond. Okay, fool, what's going on, family? Y'all, it was designed for us to go use other people's money. We just got to know how to go get it and leverage the businesses that we starting to get their money, to use their money, to build and get assets. You shouldn't give a damn about money. You should care about the assets that the money can buy you. Care about the assets that the money can buy you. The assets always gonna be able to be used and to elevate whatever else you're trying to do. It don't matter. You can always leverage what you got to get more. That's the whole purpose of the game, y'all. That is the game. That's the game. Now let's go back. We done went there. Let's go back. So we was talking about the limited liability company, and some of y'all, the money has no value. Exactly, the money got no value. The money has no value. It's the assets that got the value. That's what you working towards. That's why we build this leverage with these companies. What people make their mistake in when it comes to the limited liability company is this. They hear here is fiat. I like that. I know when you got that. I like that. Fiat. I like that. Depending on elections made by the LLC and the number of members, the IRS will treat an LLC as either a corporation, partnership, or as part of the LLC's owner's tax return, a disregarded entity. Ladies and gentlemen, when you hear the word disregarded entity, that does not mean that the federal government doesn't recognize the LLC on a federal level. That does not mean that. That does not mean that. It means for tax purposes, the LLC is considered a disregarded entity. Okay? What is a disregarded entity? Man, I gotta figure this out so I can have a plumbing business. It's gonna be easy. It ain't gonna be hard. Just keep coming in here learning. I promise it'll start sticking to you. Another light bulb will go off in your head every time you listen to me. I promise. Don't let debt lead to being over leveraged. You got a point there. I go with you going with that. A debt? No, somebody said a debt. Facts. No. Watch this. So Some people think that what I teach is repetitive, but I promise you, the more and more you hear it, different light bulbs go off in your head, and you start realizing the information that I'm giving you is actually all real, and you can apply it to your actual life. You just think it's complicated because this is foreign right now. Butler Boss Moves in the building. What's up, family? You just think some of the information that I'm giving right now is foreign. The reason you think it's foreign because you haven't heard it. And now that you hear it putting into play, it's like, whoa, dude, really putting this into perspective for me to understand it. And all you got to do is just follow the rules. Yes, repetitive is good. A disregarded entity is a business structure. With a single owner. Is telling you what the disregarded entity is, people. The IRS told you what they consider the LLC, a disregarded entity. Then it goes to explain to you, hey, what is a disregarded entity? Stop letting people tell you you disregarded, you limited, you a liability, you a company. Facts, Steve, for real. So stop letting people do that. Because that ain't what the IRS is saying. They didn't separate disregarded entity. They put it together. If the IRS if they didn't put it together for it to be explained like this, you wouldn't be seeing this definition. Disregarded entity is to be put together. A disregarded entity is a business structure with a single owner. Most commonly, a single member LLC that the IRS ignores. Why do it ignore it? Mr. IRS, why do you ignore it? For federal income tax purposes. Let me say that again. Mr. IRS, sir, or woman, or whoever you are, why do you ignore the disregarded entity, sir? For federal income tax purposes. It tell you why they ignore it. And somehow we'll let people come on TikTok and tell us their own damn definition of what the disregarded entity is for the LLC. Treating it as, oh, don't do this to them. I need to cover this shit up, man. Don't do this. Hold up, y'all. Do y'all remember? I gotta take you back to it. Do y'all remember when I talked about this? I told y'all if you just pay attention to what I teach you, all of it gonna come into play. I'm gonna put it all together for you. You'll see I ain't making this up. Remember when we talked about the sole proprietorship of the profit and loss statement for the business? What is a disregarded entity? A disregarded entity is a business structure with a single owner. Most commonly a single member LLC that the IRS ignores for federal income tax purposes, treating it as a sole proprietorship. Y'all, I swear, I don't know how we let people talk us out of what we see. I don't know how we let people talk us out of what we see. I'm giving you the sauce. I'm giving you the information. Sole proprietorship is how the government treats a disregarded entity. You still the entity, but the government has to treat you as a sole proprietor. Why? For federal income tax purposes. For federal, that's what it is, y'all. Now watch this. Oh man, while the entity, man, is giving y'all the definition. While the entity maintains legal separation for liability protection. Didn't I tell y'all when we started? Just because the way you file taxes and it says on the Schedule C that it's a sole proprietorship, that doesn't negate the fact that you got the EIN number for the business. You made the LLC for business purposes. And now since you filing taxes as a sole proprietor, it doesn't stop that business from being an LLC business. It doesn't stop that. So why would we come on here and let somebody tell us just because the way you file your taxes that you kept all the money, if they sue the business, they coming after you? That is not what the hell nobody said ever. It's in black and white. While the entity, the LLC, maintains legal separation. In order for you to separate something, that means what? It can be together. The only way you can separate it is if it was together. For liability protection, it's income, losses, deductions, and credits passed through directly to the owner's personal tax return. So when we go back to the definition and we read this with that in mind, when we read that in mind, we realize that the government ain't saying they don't recognize the LLC on a federal level. You follow me? Exactly. It explains strategy and structure. So when you keep reading, it even goes down to and tell you right here. When you see right here, we are right here where it started, it say for income tax purposes. That's what the definition says. We on the IRS website. For income tax purposes, an LLC with only one member is treated as an entity disregarded as separate from its owner. What's going on, Erica? Welcome in. It's telling you the reason they consider it a disregarded entity is because when you file your taxes as a sole proprietor on this Schedule C form, you gonna give them your what, family? It's right here. You ain't even gotta look no further. What you finna give them, family? Social Security number. Why do you need to give them your employer ID number with the Social Security number and you're only filing taxes one time? You only filing taxes one time. Why? Because it's the same business. You accept all the liability that came with the business because of the way you're filing your taxes as a sole proprietor. So why do they need the EIN number? They don't, because you're giving them the same information. You're giving them the same information. C corporation is better than the LLC. I'm just showing you how, if you have an LLC, you're not in no way, shape, fashion, or form in any law, whatever you want to call it. Correct. C Corp is not disregarded, so it would be better. Yes, correct. No argument there. That's all this is about, though, y'all. You just have to understand it. So now, watch this. LLCs or C Corp is better depending on your strategy. That's true too, Better Life Community. It depends on the strategy. I totally agree with that. Because I'm going to show you a strategy and you're going to be like, well, I'll be damn. Give them the game on holding company when you get a chance. But see, I'm finna give them the game about the holding company. But see, I got to break all this down to show people how this is legal and how I'm showing you the law on how we going to help ourselves. Now watch this. I got to show y'all something. When it comes to the business, right, of the LLC, people think just because you got an LLC that they can come after your personal assets. Let me break this down for clarity. Anybody can come after your personal assets. That don't mean they gonna get them. That don't mean they gonna get them. Anybody can come after your personal assets. That don't mean the law just gonna say, okay, you can have it. So let me get that, because I don't want nobody misunderstanding what I'm teaching. They can sue you all they want to. That don't mean they gonna win. Okay? Let's get that out the way. Okay, man, you helped me a lot. I always thought LLC was the way to go. No, it is and it ain't. It depends on your situation. It's going to tax. Correct. They ain't skipping. Corporate bills are your protection. Yes, it is. And corporate bills are all on the state level. Some of y'all didn't know that. Corporate bill is on the state level. Now watch this. Every law in every state abides by this same law application that I'm finna show y'all. And this is where it all comes into play, y'all. Texas Business Organization. Except as and to the extent the company agreement specifically provides otherwise. I need y'all to catch this part, okay? Let me blow it up because I need y'all to catch this part when I'm finna read. I need y'all to catch this part that I'm finna read. A member or manager is not liable for a debt. Remember that. A member or manager is not liable for a debt. Okay? Obligation or liability of a limited liability company, including a debt, obligation, or liability under a judgment, decree, or order of court. What did it say, family? A member or manager. This way everybody making a mistake at. Once again, you've attached yourself to an LLC. And you didn't have to. You are the member or the manager. This is you up here. What did we say? Watch how I bring this home and you can't even argue against it. That's why I love the build-up game, because you can't even argue against what I'm finna show you. What did we say the EIN is for? The business. What did we say when we filed for the LLC on the state level? The business. So if the LLC is the business and you are the member and the manager, if the business gets sued, that ain't got a goddamn thing to do with you. It ain't got nothing to do with you. They suing the business. You are separated from the business by law. By law. So who is attaching the member to the business? The only way the member gets involved with the business is if it PGs a business debt. Let's look at the PG. What is a PG? Personal guarantor. A personal guarantor is an individual, often a business owner or parent, who legally promises to repay a debt if the primary borrower, such as the business, defaults. I like that, AKA cosign, if you cosign for a debt that belongs to the business, if the business don't pay it back, you just accepted the debt. That's how you, as a member or a manager, attach yourself to the business. By signing this, they become personally liable, allowing lenders to pursue personal assets like homes or savings accounts to satisfy the debt. I'm finna take y'all somewhere. Don't give up on me. Just follow me. Watch where I'm finna take y'all though. Remember, as the EIN, you get an EIN. Why is your name on it, family? Because you what? The responsible party. Isn't your name on the EIN document when you open the LLC? Yes, it is. What that mean? Since you just come in, because see, you didn't catch the beginning, because you would know that question is obsolete. Because just because your name on it don't make you anything but the responsible party to it. We just learned that in this class. See, when you come late to class, you miss good information. So you think you coming in about to school us, but we had already learned in the beginning why your name even on the EIN. But I'm gonna show you a trick for that too though. I'm gonna show you a trick for that too though. Watch this. You keep listening, I'm gonna show you a trick for that responsible party and why your name on the EIN and how we gonna even do away with that. Uh-oh, just watch this. Just watch this. Watch this. I got you. Thank you for not taking it. I got you. You just asking, I'm just telling. I got you. We ain't tripping over here. I like that you asked that because you finna learn something too now. Watch this. You don't PG, you ain't involved. Now what you gotta do is this. Watch this. Oh, I'm finna show you. I'm finna show you. I'm finna show you. All I want you to say when I show you is, damn, you good, bro. Watch this. Watch this. In this business, let's say you got cars. Let's say you got land and you got money. This business has cars, this business has land, and this business got money. Okay? If you were to be sued, we talking about the business, not you. If the business was to be sued, they are going to come after what first? The business insurance company. Okay? After they get through the insurance company, they coming after what next? The cars, the land, and the money. Why they coming after that? Because it's attached to the LLC. Remember, the LLC ain't protected. Who protected, family? We read who protected. The member and the manager is protected. Watch this, because I don't want nobody to miss where I'm finna take y'all. Watch this. A member or manager is not liable for the debt. Watch this. Watch this. So the member and the manager is protected. The LLC ain't got no protection. The business got to stand on its own. So if the business is sued, they coming after what's attached to the business. So what we got to do to disassociate our assets from the business? Uh-oh, it's finna get good. I'm finna bring it on in. I'm finna bring it in. Uh-oh. Holding company. We finna get a holding company. We finna get a holding company. We finna get a holding company. Watch this. Watch this though. We got a holding company now. Guess what we finna do? We finna take these same assets And now we finna allow the holding company to control the assets, the cars, the land, and the money. Let's move this out the way. Hey, man. Hey, hold up. Why the hell do I want to trust? Dude, after I finish this, you ain't gonna need a trust. A trust is optional, and I ain't gonna even waste my time with that. So watch this, though. Now, if the LLC is sued, I'm finna show you how they can't take nothing. If the LLC is sued and the insurance can't cover the lawsuit, you get to file bankruptcy on the LLC. The LLC don't have any assets in it. Oh, because you moved them to the holding company. The LLC only able to use the assets if it do what, family? Business to business. It's only able to move the assets because now it's going to do business to business. The holding company is sending an invoice to the LLC. Monthly, weekly, bi-weekly. Whatever you want to charge the LLC. To do what? I'm sending you an invoice because I'm renting my cars to you. I'm sending you an invoice because I'm leasing my land that you parking on. I'm allowing you to use some of the money to help the business, but you don't get to control the money. Oh no, because if somebody sue me, these ain't their assets no more. They renting and leasing the assets that they using. So when the company gets sued, who gives a damn? Ain't nothing in the company. Now watch this. Most people want to know how to get funding with this same process, and we use the LLC, but they tell you, well, your name on the EIN. Hold, please. What does that form say, family? What does this form say, family? Change of address or what, family? Responsible party. Responsible party. If it's a responsible party, let's go back to the EIN. Being the responsible party listed on the EIN application does not automatically make you personally liable for general business debts. Do you mean to tell me I can change the responsible party? What? And put a different EIN on it? Oh, man, hold up. You mean to tell me I ain't got to use my name no more? That y'all so worried about? This shit get good, don't it, y'all? When you know what to look for and you know how to do it, just follow the trail, y'all. Just follow the trail. I ain't gonna lead you wrong. I ain't gonna lead you wrong. They doing it to us. They doing it every day in our face. They doing this every day in our face. CC, you still in the building, CC? Thank you. Y'all see what he's saying, right? Damn, you good, bro. CC, that's what I'm talking about, CC. This shit get good, man. You just gotta know how to connect the dots, y'all. And I keep it simple because that's all they doing, y'all. This is all they doing. This is all they doing. Donald Trump was able to do the same thing I just explained to y'all because he moved his assets to his holding company. He rent and leased from his holding company, and when it ran out, when it did what it was supposed to do as a business, he closed it down. Opened up another one and got the same shit that he had in his holding company to start this other one. Y'all, it's right in our face. So forgive me when I come on here and I tell people, I'll be damned if I'm finna go get 5 corporations and try to rotate $1,000 just to get a goddamn loan when I can do this legit with real businesses. And you can get a loan from anybody. You can get a loan from anybody. Exactly, that's all they doing, good girl. They running it up, file bankruptcy, do it all over again, and they use the assets that was hidden anyway to do it all over again. It's not illegal. It's simply knowing the law. It's simply knowing the law. That's why I gotta break it down first to show y'all. Everything I showed y'all was how this is legal. Now when you see it, you like, I be damn, I really can do this. You really can do this. You really can do this. Like, y'all, I'm not gonna overcomplicate something so simple. And I'm not on here to try to take your money and overcomplicate it so you gotta pay me to get the information. I give this information away for free and piss a lot of people off for doing it this way. Cause I ain't on here trying to take your money. We all trying to win. Shit, if you winning, I'm winning. And I ain't even gotta know you, goddammit. That's just real talk. I ain't no hater by far. I learned it, I did it. I'm like, well, shit. What am I doing? If you gonna leverage the business, watch this. If you gonna leverage the business, watch this. If you gonna leverage the business, you got one corporation. Make this C Corp a consulting corporation. Consulting. The reason I say make it a consulting, because everything you do, you consulting. I don't give a damn what you do, you consulting. If you tell your kids to go to bed, you just consulted them on how to go to bed. You a consultant. You don't even have to really have the business. Why do we do businesses like this and what we doing this for? This why we doing it. For leverage. For leverage. We are doing this. D Trent, what's up, family? We doing this for leverage. We don't even have a business. We just gonna open it up and we gonna leverage the business when we need to. Well, how am I do that if I really ain't got a business? I'm glad you asked. I thought you never would. You got a W-2. This your job. You got a W-2. This is your job. You take your W-2 money, write an ACH check from your bank to get the funds from your W-2, which is your job, and you place it in the corporation. Whether you get paid weekly, bi-weekly, or monthly, every time Friday hit, this corporation should be getting a check. You know what that's showing? That this corporation is creating a paper trail and that it's a functioning business. It's a functioning business. Income. You don't have to file taxes on this money that's going into the corporation. It came from the W-2. The IRS never told you you couldn't expand your own business. No. You do know that type of debt transfer, you're not transferring a debt. Where the debt coming from? What debt is you transferring? That's not a debt. How can it be a debt when it's your money? You haven't accumulated a debt. Any debt you accumulate, you better be using the debt money to build leverage, which means that you should be purchasing an asset. You don't just go out here just getting folks money just to be having it. If you do a direct deposit, they can attach you to it. You don't want them to know that you're doing it. Come on, family. Come on now. ACH check, they don't know it came from you. ACH check means it's the business check. Remember, consulting. Come on, man. I don't want you to tell on yourself. They cannot tax this income. It's already taxed. Believe what you want to believe in. Believe what you want to believe. They not going to tax this income. You know why I know they're not going to tax the income? I'm going to show you how, since you're worried about getting taxed. Hold, please. Let me help you out so you can learn how not to get taxed. If your money was already taxed, remember, we using it for leverage. We using it for leverage. Leverage, okay? This ain't got nothing to do with your taxes. So guess what? Who said that the C Corp gotta make money? Who said the C Corp gotta make money? If you put 100,000 in from your W-2, then goddamn it, take 100,000 out. So when it's time to file taxes, the C Corp ain't make no money. If the IRS say where the money come from, it came from me, goddammit, and I can prove it because it came from a W-2. You ready to tell on yourself. You ready to pay taxes on some money that's already been taxed. Why? Stop telling folk what you're doing. We know what you're doing. You ain't got to tell Uncle Sam. It's used for leverage. So the money ain't got to stay there. You just putting the money there to make it look like it's a legit company. It's that simple. Now when you got this money coming, you take this company. You take this company and you go to a financial institution and you give them the profit and loss statements off the money that you've been giving to the C Corporation, and it look like it's an actual consulting firm because you proven that it got money going in and out. So when they look at the total at the bottom, they see how much went in. They gonna give you a loan for the corporation that wasn't really a corporation based off the money they seen going in and out. You just leveraged a business to generate money now to go get an asset to make more money. You can write it to either or, to the corporation or to it doesn't matter. Y'all, stop overcomplicating it. I mean balance sheet, you right, balance sheet, my bad, you right. It will hit the balance sheet. Don't overcomplicate it. These companies are used for leverage. That's it. Once you get the loan money, and they say financial fraud. Well, hey, to each his own. To each his own. How is it financial fraud when you can fund your C Corp? See, when you got, I told y'all sometimes titles don't mean shit. People can have a title, they can go to school, and they can be dumber than a box of goddamn rocks. How is it fraud and you simply funding your corporation. You know why they say it's fraud though, y'all? They say it's fraud because I'm telling you what to do to get the money. So they want to make it fraud because they know what we doing. When you start doing this, don't nobody know that you're not funding your corporation. Don't nobody know that you funding this corporation, and it's not illegal to fund your own corporation. You want to know how I know? Let's go find out if it's illegal to fund your own corporation. Can you fund your own C Corp? Can you fund your own C Corp? We ain't talking about owner's contribution. I was gonna hit them with that next, bro. But I just be wanting to show them, yes, you can fund your own C corporation using personal funds. Oh man. Oh man, boy, I love being able to pull up shit that they can't go against no more. AKA fraud. It's fraud, huh? It's fraud, huh? I love just being able to I love being able to do that. And they be like, why you always going to Google? Because apparently you don't want to listen to me. So I need some backup. I need some backup. Maybe if I say it like this. Hold, please. Maybe you'll get it then. You listen to that, huh? But you won't listen to me. What I'm talking about is fraud, huh? Exactly, good girl. They created the system. Why are you scared to use it? They playing by these rules. Why can't we? Ask yourself, why can't we play by the same rules they playing by? I'm just showing you how to leverage these businesses to get money. I thought you wanted to get some money. I thought your purpose for coming on TikTok was to learn how to get money. I'm showing you how to get money, and you going against everything that the government telling you we can do to get this money. Why? Why are you going against what I'm showing you? They say it's okay for us to do. Don't do yourself like that. Don't deprive yourself of this gift. Don't do it. Don't do it, man. This is good information. Don't overcomplicate it. I told you, when people try to overcomplicate it, they just trying to take your money. They just trying to take your money. You don't have to overcomplicate this situation. When we building this stuff, you don't have to this is leverage. This is leverage. That's what we live for, leverage. Can you do it with a 1099? Yes, Tummy Tone, you can do it with a 1099. Watch this. Don't let them tell you this fraud. Let me help you out with the 1099 since you ask. Watch this. I ain't doing nothing wrong. Watch this. Watch this. Watch this. I'm talking about making debt. Where have I made any debt at? Where we made debt at? Come on, bro. Nico. Okay. Nico, believe what you want to believe, Nico. Believe what you want to believe, Nico. That ain't my problem no more. I'm not finna spend time on you trying to prove to you what I'm doing and it's legal. Do what you want to do. Do what you do then. How many followers you got on TikTok and where your live at? I'm gonna come sit in and listen to what you talking about. I'm gonna come listen to what you talking about. But let me talk about this 1099. I'll sit here and listen then. I appreciate it, Nico. You might learn something. Let me show you how we finna manipulate this 1099 then. Let me show you this part. 1099. He say, can you do this with a 1099? Watch this. Remember, the 1099 is considered what, y'all? Contractor. Miss Cookie in the building. What's going on? Remember, 1099 to the C Corp. Remember, we finna use the law again. What did they say a 1099 is? A sole proprietorship. A disregarded entity. You can take this same money, put it in the corporation. Why are we gonna put it in the corporation? When you file your taxes, we finna double dip. How are we gonna double dip? You finna get your tax return because you gonna say you didn't make that much money on this 1099. Well, how you gonna do that? Because the money went to the corporation. So the 1099 really didn't make money. So for you personally, when you file your taxes, you get to get your tax income check. Because you ain't made that much money with this 1099. It was a disregarded entity. We can't change the rules just because we know how to use them for our benefit. The rule is the rule. I'm a contractor. I kept all my money, but I didn't make nothing because I put it into this corporation. You can contribute it to your C corporation. Now, if you do know, because if you do that, if you transfer through a payment processing company, now what you're doing, now you're getting you double taxing yourself. Because now you're saying the business is actually doing a business. You see what I'm saying? So you don't want to put it through. You don't want to leave no trail to tell on yourself. You can't tell on yourself. And then you're going to try to benefit from it. You just told on yourself because now you're going through too many streams. You're leaving a paper trail of what you doing. Don't do that. Don't do that. Come on, man. I ain't finna look here. I ain't finna keep telling y'all how to get over now. y'all ain't finna use me to tell you how to keep getting over now. Now, you see, y'all ass always want to do more than the program. Stick to the goddamn script. Stop trying to get over. Stick to the script. Y'all want to do all this other stuff. Stick to the script. What if you have an LLC? You must have came in late. That's what started all this, the LLC. Y'all need to stop, man. They say, what's the script? I just show, girl, I ain't finna keep showing you the damn script. Now you have to come back. I done showed you the script 7 times. Your credit don't matter with this. Credit does not matter with this because you're not getting a loan or money based off your credit. You're going to get loan based off of what your income's showing for this corporation. And drop it into your C corp. That's in facts. Real men exist. Just said it, y'all. Just take a percentage of your wages, drop it into your C corp and fund it. That's all you got to do, y'all. You stay safe. You stay safe. Cause why? You don't need all this money to live off of anyway. Remember, we only using this one for leverage. Okay, I don't have a course or a mentorship. I don't. The only way I mentor you if you join, I got a school. You could join my school and you'll catch me on there just, talking. But outside of that, I don't do mentors or nothing because everybody's different. When you do ACH payment, do you have a direct deposit out your check or do you? No, so you go get an ACH check from your bank account. You see what I'm saying? So you can go pull the money out your account. You get paid, you go to the bank, pull out the money, and then you go to Kroger's, HEB, wherever you want to go, write an ACH check, deposit it into the corporation. Voila. That's it. Nobody the wiser. It don't say that you put it in there. It don't say nothing. You fund in the business. Consulting fee. You don't even have to deposit it all at one time. Get five ACH checks to whatever the amount you want to put it in and write consult. You see, it's y'all, everything you doing, there's not a minimum. There's no limit or no minimum on what you can give your corporation. Nico say this is so wrong. Nico over there just hurt. Nico like, oh my God, he finna send everybody to jail. They're all going to jail. Nico over there hurt. Nico say, ain't going to jail. Don't listen to him. You guys are going to jail. Don't listen to him. Do you have to pay for the loan? man, quit it. Now y'all getting out of hand. Y'all is getting out of hand. Stop it. Now you just asked me. People are scared of what they don't understand. They are, good girl. They really are. They scared of what they don't understand. He say, do you have to pay the loan back? Lord have mercy. I know you didn't just ask me, do you got to pay a loan back? Boy, you already, now your ass going to jail. Yeah, you got to pay the folk their money back, man. It's a loan. It's a loan. I loaned you money. I didn't give you money. Hell yeah, they want their money back, man. Yeah, you want their money. Them folk want their money, man. Come on, dog. Don't do that. Don't do that, man. Come on, dog. So, y'all, this is what it's about. I love y'all. I really do. This night crew, hey, I told y'all we was going to get to the bottom of it today. See, we talked about it yesterday. I showed y'all in writing how all this is legal. I showed y'all in writing how all this is legal, man. I really did. Nico got a question for you. Charitable donation. A charitable donation is a voluntary gift of money, goods, or services to a qualified nonprofit or charitable organization to support a cause without receiving equal value in return. These donations, which can include cash, securities, or properties, are often tax deductible and help support religious, educational, scientific, or social causes. Cash donations, writing a check, donating via credit card, or making online contributions to a food bank or a charity. Nico, if you wanted to as a charitable donation, could you do this with a nonprofit? Brother, please, I just need help because I have an LLC. What you talking about, Christopher? What's your opinion on having an age C Corp to get the loan? Is that true or false? That is false. The reason it's false is because if you get an age corporation, you ain't have no funding was in that, who was funding that age corporation? How long should I borrow against those deposits? You can do it for however long. There's not a law stipulating what you can and can't do. S Corp, pass-through entity. Watch this. When it comes to the S Corp. Hold on. Funding a C corporation involves issuing stock to investors, which is equity, or lending money to the company. 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 Ain't nothing illegal about giving your own corporation some money, man. Ain't nothing illegal about that. If y'all believe that, then keep your money. Keep your money then. I have heard of Ray Reynolds. Yes, I've listened to him a couple times. People, I got to tip my hat to you. You just put me up on game. Thank you, Casanova. Somebody asked me another question, though. I want to answer the young lady. She asked, how would you do this with an LLC? I explained it. How long? So that I answered that one. What's your opinion on having the AC Corp? The AC Corp, yeah, if you don't have no money in it, the age don't mean nothing. Information you really know that you're talking about, they've been doing this for years. Why shouldn't we? I thank you, Pepe, and that's real. How will we do this with an LLC? I showed you. Have you heard? Yes, I have, big bro. Tim, thank you. Trust me. What about a 508c1? What about it? Trust me, corporate LLC. Trust me, corporate LLC. So when it comes to the trust, y'all, let me go ahead and speak on that. Oh, yes, she asked me about the S Corp. No, so this is why I don't talk about the trust. But she asked me about the S Corp. I'm going to say the S Corp first, then I'll talk to y'all about the trust. S Corp. S Corp is a tax designation. So for a W-2, do you need to pay taxes on that if you are sending it to the C Corporation? If you got a W-2, it's already been taxed. They already take taxes out of your W-2. That's why you're a W-2 employee. That's why you're W-2. If you're a contractor as a 1099, they don't take nothing out your money. The W-2 is already taxed. An S Corp is a tax designation for corporations or LLCs that pass income, losses, deductions, and credits through to shareholders to avoid double taxation. S Corp, y'all, is not even an entity. S Corp is not even an entity. What do you mean by 501c1a? What do you want to know about it? What like you just saying that? Okay. What do you like? You're not asking anything. This is all an S Corp is. That's it. But this is my point. You saying non-profit, you saying 501(a), whatever you said. What do you want to know? Maybe let me ask you that. I can't help you if you just telling me non-profit. Non-profit. Is Ray Reynolds credible? From what I've seen from him, yes. He's high as hell, but yes, from what I've seen, he's very credible. From my opinion, yes. I have nothing bad to say about Ray Reynolds. I think he's an awesome teacher. From what I've watched him, I only watched him maybe 5-6 times or whatever. I haven't seen any discrepancies in his teaching. And actually, he's another guy that actually agrees with me. I have heard him talk about Wyoming and tell people it's stupid to go up to Wyoming. Because I don't want to be scammed. No, if you go on Ray Reynolds, he high as hell, but I think he know. I haven't did business with him, but the information that I've seen him giving, he been on point. He been on point. So I can't. I don't have nothing bad to say about his information, if that's what you asking now. And if I did have something bad to say, I probably wouldn't say it anyway. To be honest, I wouldn't. If he was saying something wrong, I would say something. If he's saying something wrong. But I don't. I think he's okay. I think, in my opinion, from what I've seen of him and I've watched him, I've even run through his videos. He a hater. He gonna hate him. He gonna talk about somebody, you know. But shit, he give good information to bag it up though. I've got an escort. I love the holding company and putting my assets in the holding. For sure, Pepe. That's how you're supposed to do it. Now, when we talk about these trusts, y'all, let me help you out with these trusts. When we talk about the trust, watch this. Revocable living trust. It's only 2 trusts that you really gonna hear about. Revocable, irrevocable, okay? You say it's definitely not stupid to structure in Wyoming. So you right. Let me take that back. I don't want to say it's stupid. Let me take that back. It's stupid to have three companies in Wyoming. It's stupid to have your parent company, your property company, and your holding company in Wyoming. Let me say that. The only thing, if you're going to go to Wyoming, is to have in Wyoming is a holding company. And that's if you're going to do it. And only if you're going to do that, if you ain't pushing damn near 10 million, I still don't see what's the purpose of you going to Wyoming with your holding company. So that's why I say it's stupid. But to each his own, like you say, to each his own. Because outside of that, what are you going up to Wyoming for? You can get the same tax benefits where you at in your state. If not better, if you understand how to do your taxes when it comes to the holding company. So what am I going to another state for opening up, and I'm not even on that type of tax bracket when it comes to money? Yeah, if you got a holding company up there, there's nothing wrong with that. I don't disagree with that. I disagree with having 17 companies up there. They are registered in Delaware. I'm not against wherever you want to operate at, that's fine. Just know the rules that comes with that. Privacy, that's it. Who told you privacy? Nothing is private. Nothing is private. Publicly is private. We'll say that. Public privacy. But nothing is private. Because the same person who told you is private, I bet you don't got their information on your bank account. Whoever told you that you private, I guarantee you didn't put that information on your bank account where that money going. From that private entity. It's publicly privacy. Yeah, no, but thank you, good girl, real talk. When people talk about these private states, you private publicly. That's what they mean. They don't mean you privately. Everything is traced back to you the minute you try to get some money. Open up a bank account, see the first thing they're going to ask your private ass for your name and your social security number. Oh, okay, you saying the reason? I get that, but I'm telling you, I don't even listen to people who tell me, oh, it's for private reasons. If you open it up for private reasons, you going up there for nothing. Because you private where you at. Publicly. Publicly. Because the feds watching, they know exactly who own any of these businesses. And if you going through that much trouble to hide yourself, you doing something wrong then. You doing something wrong. I agree, that's what confuses people. That's true too. Plus the EIN doesn't necessarily have to have your information on it. You can use a registered agent to open up your EIN. You can use a registered agent to open up your business. None of that will hinder you or be known for the business. It's when you start moving money, that's when you no longer private. That's why I say it's private publicly. Publicly, you can make it impossible for somebody to know it's you. Privately, best believe Uncle Sam know your ass behind that business. Period. Why people be so scared? Because I don't know. I don't even think that they be scared. They hear information and they take that information and they don't even know the laws and they don't even know what they doing. And so somebody upselling them some shit, telling them that ain't nobody gonna know it's you. Ask them who on their bank account. And that's going to answer your question. How do you apply for credit loan without listing someone as the guarantor for the debt? It depends on how you're trying to get the credit. It depends on how you're trying to get the credit. If you're getting the credit through a corporation, they're going to give you the loan based off what the business is doing. If you by yourself and you can't prove that you can pay them folks their money back, quite naturally they're going to ask you to co-sign for it. My next question would be, why do you want to get somebody money without putting your name on it? And don't tell me life be life and something can happen. Well, don't get their money then, since something might happen and you not gonna pay them folks their money back. Like, we gotta start being more responsible. We look for ways of how to do something to benefit us but can't hurt us. It don't work that way, y'all. For every action, there's a reaction. For every pro, there's a con. For every up is a down. There's two sides to everything. So stop trying to be one-sided. You the only one benefit. It don't work that way in business. If you go into business thinking like that, you'll stop trying to say, well, I don't want my name on nothing. Why you don't want your name on nothing? Why you don't want your name on nothing? Who the hell looking for you that you don't want your name on nothing? All of a sudden you Don Corleone or something? If you was that important, your ass wouldn't be on TikTok. You would be walking around with security. Like, come on. We got to stop doing that. We got to stop acting like we just all that. Don't nobody give a damn about you. Let's just be real. Just your mama, your kids. That's it. And probably your husband or your wife. Whatever. Outside of that, don't nobody give a damn about you. We ain't coming to look for you. Like, come on, y'all. We just got to be real. I guess because their name come with bad credit. But if you got bad credit, watch this. If you got bad credit, just because you open up a business, why they want to give your bad credit ass a loan on your business and you didn't even pay for yourself? If you didn't take care of yourself, they know damn well you ain't taking care of the business. So they want some insurance. Put your bad credit ass name down so whatever money you get in that bank account, we can put a hold on it and come get our goddamn money back. It's that simple. We don't want to we don't want to take responsibility to just say, man, I'm trying to get over like a motherfucker. But you'll come on here TikTok and make me believe you just want to understand how to be private for business. No, your ass don't. You asking questions because you trying to figure out how to get a goddamn loan that you ain't got to pay back. I can help you better with the truth than you trying to figure out what questions to ask to help you run off with these folk money. Come on, man. We got to stop that. We got to stop that. I'm going to be real with y'all. Y'all know what y'all be trying to do. Y'all questions be open-ended like a motherfucker. Y'all, let me ask them this shit. I'm trying to find out how to get this loan money. Hold on, let me ask this. If I do this, how am I able to not put my name? Come on, man. Stop that. You trying to run off with these folk money. Your ass going to jail. You gonna be the orange is the new black. That's what's gonna happen to your ass. That's what's gonna happen. Our money after dark. Just because that's your true self, put that on everybody. Just because that's your true, you should put that on everybody. I ain't putting it on nobody brutalizing me. Brutalizing me, why I gotta put that on people? I ain't putting that on nobody. I ain't brutalizing me. I ain't putting that on nobody. I'm just saying. You think that ain't what some of these people doing? Brutalizing me, this for you. Do you think that ain't what some people doing? Yes or no? Yes or no? Now you don't want to talk to me. Now you don't want to talk to me. So back to revocable trust, y'all. To revocable trust. And he is exactly, Shalonda. I'm just telling you, I don't know because I don't judge. Well, look here, brutalizing me. Let me help you out. Let me help you out now. Since you sanctimonious in here, let me help you out, okay? I don't judge either. I'm just telling you and anybody else, y'all ain't gotta feed me bullshit. We know why people trying to get funding without their name being attached to it. It ain't for everybody. If it don't apply, let it fly. But you ain't gonna be no advocate in my room acting like I'm coming for you, cause one thing I know, bird, a hit dog, a holler. Bird. So I must be talking to you then. You know, I'm just saying, since you're saying something, bird. Man, let's talk about, I'm finna get up out of here. Y'all is not finna keep me on here tonight with this bullshit. Let me talk about these trusts so I can get up out of here, man. A revocable trust, y'all. I don't know why they come here playing with me, man. A revocable living trust is a flexible estate planning tool that holds ownership of your assets during your lifetime, allowing you to manage them as trustees. It avoids probate, ensures privacy, and manages assets if you become incapacitated. You can amend or dissolve it anytime, but it does not protect assets from creditors. I just showed y'all why when people come in here and tell me that they, watch this. Remember we talked about the strategy that I gave y'all, and you put the holding company to control all the assets, right? Then people will say, and get a trust. Why would I get a revocable trust and it does not protect assets from creditors? I'll wait. Why would I get a trust and my assets already protected in the holding company? So why am I getting a revocable trust and it does not protect my assets? Now y'all see what I'm saying, what I mean? Some people just be on here talking. Exactly, that's a liability. So why would I go do a revocable trust? And put my holding company in the revocable trust? That defeats the purpose of what the hell I put everything in the holding company for. It is. Also, it is the tax. So now watch this. Let's talk about the irrevocable trust. Now y'all finna see why I'm telling y'all I don't deal with these trusts. Let's go to irrevocable trust. An irrevocable living trust is a legal arrangement that, once created, cannot be modified or terminated by the grantor without beneficiary consent. By transferring ownership of assets to the trust, the grantor, which is you, forfeits control by gaining significant benefits, including shielding assets from creditors, reducing estate taxes, and protecting eligibility for Medicaid. Irrevocable trust means you've just taken your name off of everything. So if somebody was to sue you anyway, they can't take nothing from you because you signed it all over to an irrevocable trust that you no longer have control over. You have to trust the trustee that controls the trust and hope they abide by what you say. Because if not, that ain't your shit no more. It's theirs. I don't know about y'all. I am not right now about to go open up an irrevocable trust and allow somebody else to dictate what happens to my assets, and I'm still walking around, breathing, talking, doing whatever the hell I want to do and understanding life. Why would I do that? Now y'all see why I'm telling y'all why do I give a damn about a trust? That ain't nothing but some extra headache. Either one, pick your poison. Pick your poison. So I am not going to implement a trust. Yes, saved are you. It's more for people with heirs and medical problems in their old age. That's what remember I always told y'all, if I'm gonna do a trust, I at least they gotta be 70 or something, 75, and you gotta have a whole bunch of shit that you just really don't want folk fighting over. Let's be real. Some of us ain't gonna damn near, we ain't gonna even have a house when we get ready to leave this earth. But yet we hollering about a trust on TikTok. Stop it, man. Come on, y'all. Yeah, now, revocable trusts are more used instead of wills. Yes, because a revocable trust, like they say, it keeps you out of probate court. You always, hey, this is where it's going, leave it alone, period. We ain't got to do all that other stuff. And thank you. Why add another reporting requirement? I like that. That was good. So I don't do that. I don't do that. You more than welcome to go get a trust all you want. For whoever told you a trust is beneficial, and you ain't gonna hear nothing but a whole bunch of wealthy people talking about trust. Now, yes, some people do it, but I ask really what is the benefit in it if you capable of living, you know what I'm saying? That's me. Okay. Well, you lost me on all that. Oh, good girl. You lost me on all that. So that's what we do, y'all. That's what we do. When you come on my live, that's what we do. Family of wealth. Family of wealth. That's what we do. We help people build structure. You may just see me, but it's more than just me. It's more than just me. I have CPAs and attorneys behind me to verify everything that I teach, everything that I do, to make sure I file y'all paperwork the correct way, to make sure I file your structure the right way, to make sure I'm even giving you the correct information. Yes, I suggest a holding company instead. I'm always yes. Yes, the trust they not going to benefit you like you think you are. That holding company is your trump card. Why? That's what the wealthy doing. That's what the wealthy is doing. If anybody want to join my community, we have a community that's, I don't know why I be doing this, for school. Our next Zoom that we have in the Savannah community is gonna be on 4:30. So we try to have at least two. We gonna do two a month. We do Zooms. On the 30th, 4:30 for the Zoom for those that's in the community. Our school, they get in for free. Outside of that, we charge $10 for people to come in and listen to what we talking about. They good. It's a time to be able to talk to other business owners, to talk to me, to talk to Isaiah, whoever's teaching for that day, but just to get clarity on what you're trying to do. It's an opportunity, like I say, to speak with me. I talk about things on Zoom that I will never talk about on TikTok. You don't have to, but yes, you can, King Thrones. This is very beneficial. It's $49.99 a month. If you don't like it, cancel your subscription. But I know for a fact, the information that we put into this, you ain't getting it nowhere else for no damn $49.99 a month. And we come and we actually sit and talk about stuff that we can't talk about on TikTok. Just at the previous time you cooked, thanks. Oh yeah, for sure. Next time I catch you on here, I will be giving you a hard time. I ain't tripping, man. I love people give me a hard time because I take it as fun. I love it, and I get to actually laugh and joke, and just keeps the crowd engaged. It keeps the crowd engaged. So I love it, man. I'm never gonna take nothing personal. I ain't gonna get mad about nothing. I'm gonna talk about your ass and joke and move it on like it's not nothing serious. Now, if anybody take me serious and they go there, then I'm gonna go there and I'm gonna probably talk about your mama, your grandma, your kids, everybody else who gonna piss you off that you don't want me to talk about. And we gonna keep it moving after that. You probably ain't gonna never come to my live again, which I don't care because you shouldn't have came in the first place if you came with that type of energy anyway. You see, that's all I do. So I'm fine with that. But at the end of the day, we gonna learn. We're going to have fun. We're going to learn. Life shouldn't be that serious. You should be able to learn, joke, let your hair down and still, or no hair, and still be able to benefit from the knowledge that you're getting. So what do I do with my new LLC? What do you want to do with it? It all depends. It all depends. Like whatever you want to do. I'm not going to tell you a strategy on what you should be doing. That's your LLC. I got to know what you like, what you want to do. You know what I'm saying? Like, how can I tell you what to do with your new LLC? Like, come on. I love that it's not gatekeeping, homie. Much respect. For sure. And I'm not going to gatekeep. All I can do is present y'all information that I know work for me, that I've learned throughout the years that I've been doing it. And I present y'all information to help y'all with. What you do with it, that's why I don't even know why people come for me. If you disagree with what I'm saying and you're not going to talk to me about it and come up in a chat and call me out about it, why even say anything? Why say anything? Because at that point, you don't have to be here. It's not like I went knocking on your door and said, hey, turn your phone on our money station. Like, I don't give a damn if you come or not. You know, so... like, I'm going to keep doing what I do. You know, I'm going to keep giving information because you know one thing that I do over here? All I'm going to do is research it right in front of you. And you looking at the same information I'm looking at. Well, hell, we both can't be crazy. Am I still in trucking in 2026? I am always in trucking. But I have chosen to use my money and my time to invest in other endeavors to make me money. But yes, I am still in trucking. Do I put the C Corp in my name for consulting? No, put it in a company name. Make it Kunta Corp. It don't matter. Don't put it in your name. It don't matter what the name is. Just make up some letters. EIG, GIE. It don't matter. Don't put it in your name though. Just make up anything. Remember, don't fall in love with the business. The business is to be leveraged to make more money off of. That's it. So instead of the C Corp, we would create a holding company for the LLC. Correct. If you already have the LLC, yes, just create a holding company. Yeah, Kunta Corp. Shit, it don't matter. It don't matter. But where do I send it to? Where do you send what to? Dappy the Barbershop? Where do you send what to? Do I put the C Corp in my name for consulting? What you mean, what do you send it to? LLC in a made-up name? Oh, who? Why do you want it in your name? Who cares who name is in? Don't nobody care. Ain't nobody gonna care. I promise you ain't nobody gonna care what the name is. Because it usually needs an address. What does the name got to do with the address? What does the name got to do with the address? If you pay them folks for an address, they gonna give you an address. Y'all overcomplicate stuff. Y'all thinking too far into it. It don't, I promise it don't take all that. I promise. He referring to business credit. Whatever the business name in, when you sign up for your Duns and Bradstreet number to get business credit, they gonna send it to the business credit. Whatever the name is. Can a registered agent create the holding company? A registered agent can be on the holding company, but it can't create the holding company. You gotta create the holding company or pay somebody like me to create it. And after deep dive, it's overthought. Yeah, facts. Once you start going too far into it, yeah, you just this is all good. I appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah. Any more questions? Y'all more than willing to come up and ask too. Had a driver get DOT substance violation against my MC. That's not good. At least it was on the driver, but it still messes up your DOT also. Do you consult? Yes, I do, good girl. Yes, I do. You can, okay, I got to figure this out. Oh, so remember I told y'all that TikTok contacted me. So tomorrow I'll be doing things a little different. Man, Natalie Boss, thank you for coming. Hey, I told you Natalie Boss, them night be live, though. I told you night be live. But yeah, TikTok, they really reached out to me. Hold on. I'm finna show y'all I ain't playing. Oh, damn. Oh, I missed the call tonight. It's all good. So, I'm finna show y'all I ain't playing. Watch this. Hold on. We going to photos. Video. Watch this. This is me.
They buy this thing, and if they join, like, the program you have, your family wealth, down the road, they might want to hit the next tier or something like that.
Right.
So that's like, you do that by first, like, proving your expertise, which you already are doing on that.
Correct,
and then
correct.
Maybe this week they buy this thing, and if they join, like, the program you have, your family wealth, down the road, they might want to hit the next tier or something like that.
Right.
So that's...
I didn't want him to see me. I didn't want them to see me kind of recording some of the conversations because I told y'all. So what it was about, y'all, was, yeah, for real. So what it was about was, so they whole thing is, man, TikTok be watching, y'all. This man showed me all my, like, he was going through my lives. He was showing me, like, he was like, man, we've been watching. Your platform is getting bigger and bigger. And he say, we want to help. So I'm like, why y'all want to help? Like, why y'all want to help? And he was straight up, dude was cool. He was cussing everything on there, and I don't know why he equate cussing to cool. I just feel like when people cuss, they kind of, they kind of showing you that, hey, don't be so uptight. You ain't got to be that serious. There you go, Christopher. You already know, Christopher, that's what it's about. A piece of the pie. But they whole thing was, we not taking anything from you. We want to help add to you. So they was letting me know, like, we going to send 60% more people to your lives, through your lives. So your lives are going to start growing more because we know the more you do for this platform, the more money we make. You feel what I'm saying? And we're just looking for live creators that, man, you show up every day. And you are one of the many that actually come on here and you're teaching, and they saying that We don't know this, y'all, but they were saying that this is where they're actually trying to take TikTok. They're trying to make it to where they helping people that teaches and they actually giving good advice to people. They're trying to put that inside. They want more of that for TikTok. Why? Because they say it draws more people to the platform. And they was just like, they was just amazed that it was like, man, the way you work the room, the way you got your board, hey, we've been watching for a minute and we just want to assist and help. And they told me some stuff that they sent on the email that they want me to start implementing in my chats to kind of help not get violations. Because they was like, we don't want you getting violations because the algorithm will hinder you even with us pushing you out there further. So it's other little things that we want you to tweak and have people, some other stuff that I got to do. I got to go through the email and stuff, y'all. But yeah, when you teach though, they saying they want this. They like, man, like we want your groom to go to 1,000 if we can push it up there. But they say, check this out though. It's more money for you because of course y'all know the more people come, the more people that buy my product. They'll listen and be like, damn, dude, actually know what he's talking about. It's good for my business. You know, and so they asked a lot of questions of like, where do you see yourself going? Like, what are you trying to do as far as being on the platform or all that? Man, it was good. It was good, y'all. It was good. If there's something I can do to operate, I have no idea. I don't know, sir. You sure they're from? You sure they're from? I don't know what you were saying, but funding requested under the B2B or under the holding company. So out of curiosity, for funding requested under the B2B or under the holding company, requested under the holding company. Why? Because the holding company has the money going in and out of it also. And it's a corporation, they won't check your credit. They'll just go off the holding company money. So yeah, do with that. Thank you, saved are you. Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, so yeah, they be casual, but he was very cool, y'all. He was very cool. Hey, better let you put on the glasses still. Oh, well, they know. So they did not, I'm telling y'all, they did not try to stop me from doing what I do. Like they actually went through some of my lives and they asked me, this was one of the questions that they asked me, they was talking about. So they say, we noticed in your bio that you was talking about trucks and your name says R Money, the Truck King. They was like, why did you do that? Like, what was what was the purpose in that? I said, well, one thing I understood about TikTok is if you're going to be a live host, if you're going to be somebody that people believes or listen to, what's the first thing you're going to look at when you hit a person bio? How many followers they got? And also they value, but you're going to look at the followers. You're going to look at the followers. If you look at my followers and you see I got over 35,000 followers, what that tell you? Shit, dude doing something, somebody listening to him because he wouldn't have as many followers. You see what I'm saying? So I say the purpose of the trucks was I know that I'm outgoing. I know that people don't know about trucks and I know that I can be funny. The way I built my following was through the trucks. I say now though, since I caught people's attention, I can teach because this is a side of me that they didn't see. So now I already got the follower. Now I'm able to just ease into something else and give more to the platform and more to people. And exactly, now I have my niche. But if I would have just stayed in trucking, I still would have had a calling. I still would have had followers in trucking because I was doing it with trucking. But I would have been limited. Now I can talk about trucking and I can apply it to business structure, business is tied to everything. So now I can venture out with my same followers and they gonna continue to follow. Why? Because it's all coming back to business and I'm able to implement other business, personal branding. Yeah, so that's what it's about. And so it's crazy you brought that up, Natalie Brands, because they were talking about personal branding. It was like, we're trying to make it to where we want your brand to become bigger. Because we know the bigger your brand becomes, the more people you can bring and will bring to TikTok. So all I gotta do is keep showing up. All I gotta do, and so they asked me also, they was like, we notice your lives. How do you feel like you control, how do you feel like you control your lives? Like, how do you feel like you draw people's attention? And I told him straight up, I say, I just feel like I brought something different to TikTok. And he was like, what is that? I say, everybody room I go around that's talking about business, that's talking about helping people, that's talking about whatever the case may be, one or two things is happening, if not both of them together. They overpriced and they stringing you along. You always got to keep chasing information and keep spending money to get more information. I just choose to do something different. I'm going to give you all the information. Because one thing I know, I don't care how much I come on here and teach it. Somebody going to still do business with me. You know why? Everybody don't want to do it themselves. They rather just pay for somebody else to do it and make sure it's done right. So I can't lose. I say, but if I come on here and I start pitching off information, I take away from me. I take away from my life. You feel what I'm saying? So it will hurt me more than it'll help me, because now I can't be who I am. And I like talking. I get to talking so much, I'm going to tell you all of it any damn way. So I ain't got time for all that. I'd rather just give your ass all the information. If you do business with me, cool. If you don't, cool. I ain't tripping. That's what I do. So man, they love that, y'all. They was like, bro, we willing to help you. Just, follow some of what we telling you, tweak it. We going to contact you next week. Cool. Okay. It's also your personality. Yeah, fast. Coach, what time is the business opportunity Zoom tomorrow? Okay, business opportunity Zoom tomorrow is at 6 o'clock Central Standard Time. 6 o'clock Central Standard Time, yes. If anybody wants to learn or hear about residual income, you can text this number. You can text this number. You can text this number and I will send you. Yes, I'm in Houston, Texas. Thank you, Unapologetic Sleepy. Bye, Wendy. Bye. If anybody wants to learn about residual income, tomorrow we having a special Zoom that's free. Teaching about residual income, how you can start making money within 72 hours. I ain't gonna go too far into it. I be talking about it every night. I'm tired, boss. Literally, y'all. I got off live yesterday around a little bit after midnight. I stayed up. I even talked to some people down there till 2 o'clock in the morning yesterday. I got up this morning at 6 o'clock because the cable guy was coming, and I've been up ever since. I am tired, man. I'm in the Houston area. That's what's up, girl. I'm tuning in for sure. Yeah, I'm in Houston too. That's what's up. Anybody in Houston, you more than welcome to tell me where you're eating at. I'll pop up on you. I got a little money. I'll pop up on you and have a drink or something with you. Coach, can you send me the link, please? Yes. If you don't mind, good check. Can you send me oh no, I got you. I already got you in my information. I got you. Okay, Natalie Boss, that's what's up. Austin in the house, so I'm gonna be in Dallas this weekend. So I got a seminar that I'm speaking at in Dallas on Saturday. Sunday I'll be at the beach. I got a nice little weekend coming up, man. So y'all gonna get to see some content. Chamacama Brazilian Steakhouse, I'm there. The only thing I don't like about it, Trent, they ain't got no damn prices on the menu. So I don't know how much I'm gonna spend when I go, but I damn sure pull up there. Los Angeles in the house, that's what's up. $70 for a drink, yeah. For a drink. Just have the money. Good girl. I bet not walking there and ain't got no money, because I already know if you walk in Chimichanga Brazilian Steakhouse, You better not go with under $300, and that's you by yourself. That's you by yourself. If you take a spouse, you better not go with under $500. And if it's under $500, you're going to be price guy. You're going to be pitching. You're going to get one drink and tell them to bring the rest water. Oh, really? You go $7 per person? Oh, well, see, I'm going to tell you why that don't work for me. Just talk business and it's covered. That's true, but it ain't covered till I file taxes. It ain't covered till I file taxes. Exactly, D-Trent. That's without the liquor. You already know I gotta have my drink. I ain't going out and I ain't having no drink. I'm gonna have about 3-4 drinks. That's already $150 right there. I'm gonna run up a tab. I ain't even finna lie to you. Wherever I go, I'm gonna run up a tab on alcohol. Cause I'm gonna drink some. I ain't finna sit and lie. Hey, I had a business meeting, right? And the lady said, do you mind meeting me at the, cause she was from Houston. You mind meeting me at the restaurant? And we went to this Hispanic restaurant. I say, well, yeah. Soon as I went up in there, when she came in, I got a margarita. She said, I thought this was a business meeting. It is. Shit, I'm out the office though. You think I ain't finna drink? But y'all, she was like, nah, I like you. See, she said, I can do business with you. You yourself. What? I ain't getting drunk. I can understand what we talking about. Shit, I can't have a drink. Damn, we ain't kids. Like, people gotta stop taking life so serious. Now, I do understand the setting, but if you invite me to Don Julio restaurant, what is you telling me we drinking? What we go to Don Julio restaurant for then? I don't want no damn chips and dip. Why you invite me to Don Julio restaurant for a business meeting? We drinking. At least I am. You shouldn't have bought me there. You shouldn't have bought me there. I'm finna get me a drink. It's just that simple. Now you can get mad all you want and say, I don't want to do business with you. Okay. That ain't gonna stop me from drinking this drink. Okay. Shit, you wasn't doing business with me before I came. So if I leave and you ain't doing business with me, what did that do? Not a damn thing. Exactly. We should have went to the coffee shop and I would have got some coffee. Like, come on. It is what it is. I'm telling you, people don't like that about me. People don't like that about me, and I'm sorry, man. I'm not gonna change who I am to dignify who you think I should be to do business. It ain't, y'all, this is 2026. Stop letting people tell you how you should act. Like, for real, I'm not gonna disrespect nobody. I'm not gonna do none of that. I'm gonna be respectful, but I'm gonna be me. I'm gonna be me, period. We in 2026. I am not gonna let nobody dictate how I'm supposed to act. I bet not. Come on, man. We going into a new era of living. Folks is enjoying life, having fun, and then come on, man. Come on, we gotta do better, man. We gotta do better. But yeah, for the residual income, y'all, somebody just called me from Jackson, Florida. Who just called me from Jacksonville? Who just called me from Jacksonville? I'm gonna have to call you back. 904-803. Somebody just called me. Somebody, I don't know why y'all playing. But yeah. About the residual income though, y'all, before I go, say the number. Now I know right now, I'm finna say, you just calling. You wanna play? Oh, okay. Okay, I called to save it. Okay, Wendy. Okay, Wendy, appreciate it. Well, it's saved now. It's saved. You should have talked to me then. How you gonna call and not talk? But anyway, so y'all, this number though, if you want to learn about residual income, I encourage you to just hit this number up. I will send you a Zoom link. It's for 6 o'clock Central Standard Time tomorrow. So tomorrow we're going to learn more about the LLC and structure. I want to hear more, brother. Sure. Christopher, yes. I'll come on here every day. Yes, I will teach more about that. I hung up on so quick it wasn't even going to go through it. It went through. But yeah, if you want to know about residual income, literally about making money, this is another avenue that I use to make money. It's very lucrative. It's very beneficial. I always talk about it because it's just another way that I make money, man. I'm going to always give y'all what I do that's working for me. I know this will work for y'all. I've never made money this easy through what I'm talking to y'all about, through that, but you'll actually get to see the Zoom from another person's perspective. All right, Natalie Boss, take it easy. Thank you for coming. You'll never see it talked about this simple from anybody else or making money this simple. So I encourage people to at least just hear it. If you don't do nothing else, just come hear it. And you might not like it, you might like it. Invite people, they might like it. If you come tomorrow, it's more of a private setting. They usually hold these meetings on Thursdays, but that's a bigger setting and it's hard for you to get questions in. You kind of feel overwhelmed. They kind of get straight to the point. And some people just don't like that. So I kind of try to do these pop-up ones so that people that want to kind of get another understanding, I help them out. So, man, that's it, man. I'm finna get up out of here. I ain't gonna keep y'all too long, man. I thank y'all for coming in. Y'all always a vibe at night. What time will you be talking on LLCs tomorrow? Chris, I come on at 8. I should be here. No! Yeah, I should be on by 8. If I'm not, it's because I'm in the meeting and I'll be on a little later than 8, but I should be done. The meeting started at 6. The Zoom is at 6. I should be done by then. So I'll be on here. It shouldn't take more than 2 hours. If it take longer than that, that means people didn't sign up and I gotta help them build they stuff. For sure, Christopher, thank you. So, man, that's what it's about, y'all. I appreciate y'all for coming in. If y'all want to do business, need any questions asked about business, feel free to reach out to my website, wf-life.com. We got you. Man, y'all have an amazing night. Thank y'all. God bless y'all. Peace.